As Leo approached the end of the rainbow, a shimmer of light enveloped him. He felt a tingling sensation as he stepped onto the soft, cloud-like ground. Before him stood his imaginary friends, just as he had always pictured them. There was Pip, the mischievous sprite with bright green hair, and Luna, the gentle moonbeam fairy with silver wings. Barnaby, the brave teddy bear knight, stood guard with his wooden sword. A chorus of cheerful greetings filled the air as they welcomed him. "Leo, you finally found us!" Pip exclaimed, bouncing with excitement. Luna floated closer, her eyes sparkling with delight. "We've been waiting so long to play with you," she whispered softly. Barnaby gave a nod of approval, his button eyes gleaming. Without hesitation, they launched into a whirlwind of games. Tag was first, with Pip zipping through the air, leaving trails of glitter. Leo laughed as he chased after him, his heart filled with pure joy. Next came hide and seek, with Luna using her moonbeam magic to create shimmering illusions, making it nearly impossible to find her. Even Barnaby joined in, clumsily attempting to conceal himself behind the fluffy rainbow clouds. The air was filled with laughter and the sounds of pure, unadulterated fun. Leo had never felt so happy, so free, so utter content. Time seemed to melt away as they played, the sun beginning to set. As the sky turned to hues of orange and pink, Luna gently reminded Leo that it was time for him to return home. A pang of sadness tugged at his heart, but he knew he would see them again. He gathered his friends for a final hug, promising to visit soon. "Goodbye, Leo!" They all chimed in unison, their voices filled with warmth. Leo waved goodbye as he stepped back onto solid ground, the image of his friends etched in his mind. He turned and began the walk home, a wide smile spreading across his face. He knew that his wonderful friends would be waiting for him. After the next rain, ready for another magical adventure, the memory of their laughter echoed in his ears as he walked. He clutched a small, shimmering stone he'd found near the rainbow's end. It was a reminder of the incredible day he'd had. He couldn't wait to tell his family all about it. He knew they might not believe him, but that didn't matter. He knew what he'd experienced was real. As he approached his house, he saw the warm glow of the lights inside. He quickened his pace, eager to share his joy with his loved ones. He knew that even though his imaginary friends weren't visible to everyone, they were always with him, in his heart and in his imagination. And that was all that mattered. He opened the front door and stepped inside, ready for dinner and stories. But he knew deep down that the greatest story of all, it was the one he just lived at the end of the rainbow. He smiled, his heart full of warmth and gratitude. He was ready for whatever adventures awaited him, knowing that his imaginary friends would always be by his side. He looked forward to the next rainy day and the promise of another visit. He knew that the magic of the rainbow would always be there for him. He drifted off to sleep that night, dreaming of laughter and games. He dreamt of moonbeams and teddy bear nights. He dreamt of the end of the rainbow and the friends he found there. He knew that his imagination was a powerful thing. It could take him anywhere and introduce him to anyone. He was grateful for his imagination and for the friends it had brought him. He knew that as long as he had his imagination, he would never be alone. He smiled in his sleep, a peaceful expression on his face. He was content, knowing that his magical rainbow adventure was just the beginning of many more to come. This was it, the moment he had been waiting for. Driven by an irresistible curiosity, Leo followed the rainbow's shimmering path, his small legs carrying him towards the unknown. As he approached the rainbow's end, a sight beyond his wildest dreams unfolded before him. There, bathed in the rainbow's radiant glow, stood his imaginary friends. Barnaby the bear, Luna the fox, and Celeste the star child, all figures born from Leo's boundless imagination, were now vibrantly real. A wave of joy washed over Leo as he realized his dreams had materialized. Without hesitation, he ran towards his friends, eager to join their magical revelry. Barnaby, a large, cuddly bear with a perpetually surprised expression, waved a paw in greeting. Luna, a sleek fox with fur the color of twilight, grinned mischievously, her tail swishing back and forth. Celeste, a being of pure starlight, floated gently, her laughter sounding like tinkling bells. "Leo, you came!" Barnaby boomed, his voice a warm rumble. "We've been waiting for you," Luna chimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Celeste simply extended a hand made of shimmering light, inviting Leo to join them. Leo, speechless with delight, grabbed Celeste's hand and stepped fully into the rainbow's embrace. The world around him shimmered and swirled, colors intensified, and the air buzzed with magical energy. He felt lighter than air, as if he could float away on a breeze. Barnaby scooped Leo up in a gentle hug, his fur soft and comforting. Luna nuzzled against his leg, her playful energy infectious. Together, the four friends stood at the end of the rainbow, ready for adventure. The landscape before them was unlike anything Leo had ever seen. Clouds formed whimsical shapes, sparkling rivers flowed uphill, and trees bore fruit made of pure light. "Welcome to our world, Leo," Barnaby announced with a grin. "Here, anything is possible," Luna added, her tail wagging furiously. Leo's heart swelled with happiness. He knew, in that moment, that his life would never be the same. He had found his place, his friends, and a world where imagination reigned supreme. The air smelled of cotton, candy, and sunshine, and the ground felt like walking on a cloud. He couldn't wait to explore every nook and cranny of this magical realm. He laughed, a pure, unadulterated sound of joy, and ran forward, eager to begin his adventure. Barnaby, Luna, and Celeste followed close behind, their laughter mingling with his, creating a symphony of happiness. The rainbow shimmered above them, a promise of endless possibilities and unforgettable memories. Leo knew this was only the beginning of their grand adventure. He couldn't wait to see what wonders awaited them around the next bend. He felt truly alive and free, surrounded by his best friends in a world made of dreams. The sun shone brighter, the colors danced more vividly, and the air crackled with magic. This was his world now, a world of endless imagination and boundless joy. He took a deep breath, filling his lungs with the sweet, magical air, and smiled. He was home. He was finally home. As they ventured deeper, the landscape became even more fantastical. Giant lollipops grew like trees, their sugary scent filling the air. Waterfalls of chocolate cascaded down hills made of cake. Leo's eyes widened in amazement at the sheer absurdity and beauty of it all. Barnaby chuckled, watching Leo's reaction with amusement. "Just wait, you haven't seen anything yet," he exclaimed with a wink. Luna darted ahead, her nose twitching as she sniffed at the sweet-smelling air. She led them towards a field of giant gummy bears bouncing playfully. Celeste floated gracefully above them, her starlight illuminating their path. She pointed towards a distant castle made of gingerbread, its windows glowing warmly. "That's where we're going!" she announced, her voice filled with excitement. Leo's heart pounded with anticipation as they continued their journey. He couldn't wait to see what other wonders awaited them in this magical land. He skipped along, hand in hand with Celeste, his laughter echoing through the air. Barnaby and Luna followed close behind, their presence a comforting reassurance. The rainbow above them continued to shimmer, guiding them towards their destination. Leo knew that as long as he had his friends by his side, anything was possible. He felt a sense of belonging he had never experienced before. This was more than just a dream. It was a reality. A world where imagination reigned supreme. He smiled, his heart overflowing with joy and gratitude. He was finally home, surrounded by his friends, in a world of endless possibilities. The afternoon dissolved into a whirlwind of laughter and games. Leo and his imaginary friends played tag among the clouds, their joyous shouts echoing through the sky. They hid behind shimmering stars, their giggles creating a symphony of delight. Barnaby, with his clumsy paws, tried to catch Luna, whose silver fur shimmered as she darted between the fluffy clouds. Celeste, glowing softly, floated above them, sprinkling stardust that tickled their noses and made them sneeze with laughter. Leo felt a happiness he had never known before, a warmth that spread from his heart to his fingertips. He was truly with his friends, not just in his imagination, but in a real tangible way. Time seemed to melt away as they played, each moment more magical than the last. Barnaby roared with laughter as he tripped over a particularly fluffy cloud, sending a shower of sparkles into the air. Luna, quick and nimble, leaped from star to star, her laughter like the tinkling of tiny bells. Celeste, ever graceful, danced among the constellations, her movements as fluid and beautiful as a dream. Leo joined in the fun, his own laughter blending with theirs, creating a melody of pure joy. He chased Luna through the star-dusted sky, his heart soaring with each leap. He tumbled with Barnaby in the soft clouds, their playful wrestling filling the air with happy sounds. He danced with Celeste among the stars, their movements creating patterns of light and color. The sun began to set, casting a warm golden hue across the land, signaling the end of their playtime. The sky deepened into shades of orange and pink, painting a breathtaking backdrop to their magical playground. Leo knew he had to go, but he didn't want to leave his friends. Not yet. "I have to go now," he said, his voice tinged with sadness. Barnaby lumbered over and gave him a big, warm hug, his fur surprisingly soft. "We'll miss you, Leo," he rumbled, his voice full of affection. Luna nuzzled his cheek, her fur soft against his skin, leaving a trail of stardust. "Come back soon," she whispered, her voice like a gentle breeze. Celeste floated down and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, her touch light as a feather. "We'll be waiting," she said, her voice like the chime of distant stars. He bid farewell to Barnaby, Luna, and Celeste, promising to visit them again soon, very soon. "I promise I'll come back," Leo said, his eyes shining with determination and affection. "We'll be here," Celeste replied, her starlight eyes twinkling with warmth and reassurance. With a heart full of joy and a smile that stretched from ear to ear, Leo walked away, knowing that his magical friends would be waiting for him at the end of the next rainbow. He turned back one last time, waving to his friends as they faded into the twilight, their forms shimmering. The rainbow shimmered, then slowly dissolved, leaving only the memory of their magical afternoon, a sweet echo. As he walked towards home, Leo clutched a small, glowing star that Celeste had given him as a keepsake. It was a reminder of his friends and the magical world that awaited him at the end of the rainbow, a tangible connection. He knew, with absolute certainty, that he would never forget this day, this magical adventure. The memory of their laughter, their games, and their friendship would stay with him forever, etched in his heart. And he knew too that as long as he believed in the magic of the rainbow, his friends would always be there, waiting for him, always. He skipped along the path, his heart light and his spirit soaring, filled with joy and anticipation. The world seemed brighter, more colorful, more full of possibilities, now that he knew magic was real. He couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited him on his next visit to the end of the rainbow, what new wonders he would discover. The setting sun cast long shadows, but Leo wasn't afraid. He felt safe and secure. He knew he was never truly alone. Not as long as he had his imaginary, now real, friends by his side. And with that thought, he quickened his pace, eager to share his incredible adventure with his family, bursting with excitement. He knew they might not fully understand, but he also knew they would love to hear his story, his amazing tale. After all, what is life without a little bit of magic? It's what makes everything special. And Leo had found more than just a little bit. He had found a whole world of it, a universe of wonder. A world where imagination came to life, where friendship knew no bounds, and where the end of the rainbow was just the beginning, not the end. He couldn't wait to return, to laugh and play with his friends once more. The star in his pocket glowed warmly, a promise of more adventures to come, a beacon of hope and joy. He imagined their next game, perhaps exploring a new constellation or painting the clouds with vibrant colors. The possibilities were endless, as boundless as the sky above, as limitless as his imagination. He smiled, thinking of the stories he would tell, the memories they would make together. Each visit to the Rainbow's End was a new chapter in their ongoing adventure, a testament to their friendship. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for Barnaby, Luna, and Celeste, his magical, wonderful friends. They had shown him that anything was possible, that dreams could come true, and that magic was real. He knew that their friendship would last forever, a bond that transcended imagination and reality. He would cherish every moment spent with them, every laugh, every game, every shared adventure. He reached his front door, the warm light spilling out into the twilight, welcoming him home. He took a deep breath, ready to share his incredible day with his family, his heart overflowing with joy. He knew that even though they couldn't see his friends, they would feel the magic in his words. And that, he thought, was more than enough for now.